absolute pleasure to announce a distinguished guest, Ms. Vansa Jabawa, who graces us with her presence today. Ms. Jabawa brings with her a wealth of knowledge and experience in the global publishing landscape. We are honored to welcome Ms. Jabawa, the Vice President of the International Publishers Association, to deliver a special address.
Good morning. Mr. Udhayendra Stalin, Honorable Minister for Youth Welfare and Sports Department, Mr. Anbil Mahesh Poyamose, Honorable Minister for School Education, Mr. K. Elam Bahava, IAS, Director of Public Libraries, Mr. Sankara Saravan, Joint Director, Tamil Nadu Textbook Educational Services Corporation, Mr. Asi Senthil Nathan, International Coordinator, Chennai International Book Fair, and dear ladies and gentlemen. It's such an honor to be back here in Chennai for the second Chennai International Book Fair. My heartfelt thanks to organizers for inviting me again. Last year, when I was generously invited to come and attend the first edition of the Chennai International Book Fair, my colleagues in the International Publishers Association loved the idea of me coming here because, according to the organizers, they were intending to build something new and important to help their local market in development. We were happy to come and support this intention because this is what IPA exactly aiming, to encourage publishers' aspiration to the continuous development and success. Last year, it was my first book fair in my new role as a vice president of IPA. Now this is my first book fair of 2024 again, and I'm so delighted to be here and to find out how much you have learned during one last year, how much progress you have achieved, and day by day, how attractive CIBF is becoming for international publishing community. The Indian book market is so diverse and vibrant, so many languages to cater for and reach regional cultures. It's also great to see the growth of the Indian publishing industry to become the third largest in the print book market and second largest in terms of English language books. Last evening, my friend Senthil Nathan was telling me about the book which describes the story of Tamil people's brave fight for defending their language and thus their identity. The story reminded me an episode from my country, Georgia's history as well, when in 1978 we fought against the regime to protect Georgian language from losing the status of the state language. Why is language so important? Because it defines our way of thinking, our character, our identity, and the quality of our freedom. And what a wealth it is having such a big variety of languages like India does, including beautiful Tamil language as well. I'm now spending my second year as VP of the International Publishers Association. Last year, alongside our president, Karini Pansa, and our Secretary General, Jose Borghino, we visited IPA members in over 30 countries. It's always so valuable to hear from local publishers about their particular challenges and the evolution of their local book markets. What that helps us do at an IPA level is to notice the common threads and to be able to support our members better. For those of you who do not know the IPA, we are the world's biggest federation of books publishers associations with 101 members in 81 countries. That membership includes the Federation of Indian Publishers, whose representative Pranav Gupta chairs our Data and Statistics Committee. The IPA was founded way back in 1896 with two pillars: the promotion of copyright and the protection of the freedom to publish. Those pillars have not changed since and are vital to the success of publishing. Alongside those two pillars, we also work on issues like literacy, sustainability, diversity and inclusion, and accessibility, as well as having a committee dedicated to educational publishing. From our work last year, we see that the freedom to publish is challenged around the world. In fact, we see that freedom as one of a trinity of freedoms that are threatened, the other two being the freedom of expression and the freedom to read. We see authors, booksellers, librarians, and publishers all being threatened, which leads to the risk of self-censorship. Authors choosing not to tell certain stories, or publishers declining to publish them, booksellers or librarians choosing not to stock certain books. The value of publishing globally is in the range of diversity of stories that we tell. These help us to understand each other, to present new ideas, and challenge old ideas. Every year, with our pre-Voltaire, we look for the bravest publishers who are upholding this freedom to publish, often at their own risk. Nominations for 2024 IPA pre-Voltaire are now open. Do let us know if you know a brave publisher that deserves to be recognized. Our other pillar is promotion of copyright. Copyright is the legal tool that secures authors and publishers an economic reward for the creativity and expertise. Strong copyright, properly enforced, is essential. At IPA, we still many markets where piracy is an issue. This can be physical piracy or digital piracy, and it has a terrible impact on local publishing markets. Publishers work very hard to make books that enable readers to connect directly with the author in a way that means making all of the efforts of the publisher invisible. But publishing has great value, and it is important that we communicate that effectively, not just to our authors and readers, but also policymakers. A reader who understands the work of a publisher and their importance to their local economy will think twice before buying a pirated copy. But the burden is not only on the reader to resist pirated copies, it's on the government to ensure that strong laws are in place that authors and publishers can use effectively to enforce their rights. With regards to copyright, one issue that came up again and again during our travels last year was artificial intelligence. Now, many publishers are quick to recognize the potential for AI in our work processes. AI, as such, is not necessarily a bad thing at all, but generative AI or the large language models like ChatGPT are built on a pirated file on thousands of copyrighted books. In a way, it makes sense. Of course, you would want to use the best works to train these tools, works which have been professionally edited with care and dedication, written with passion by excellent authors. These companies recognize the value of professionally published books, but the problem is that they are trying to extract the value without a license and without remuneration. Fellow book lovers, let me close by talking about reading. It is up to each individual publisher to publish the best books they can that create that desire for someone to pick up the book and become a reader. We saw the markets that best survived the COVID pandemic were those with a strong culture of reading for pleasure. Once people have discovered the joy of reading and the amazing number of doors that books can open, they come back to books over and over again. Publishers are amazing in creating great books, but our governments also need to have clear book promotion policies that encourage reading. There are so many tools available to governments to do this, from cultural vouchers to zero-rated VAT, fixed books prices, or support for a network of public libraries. I'm so happy to know that local government is very much supporting CIBF, and I hope that this course will kept in the future and becomes even stronger. Before I leave you, I would like to call all of you here to become advocates for this great sector. Tell people about the value of publishers. Argue your policymakers to adopt strong copyright policies. Support and celebrate the bravest publishers among us who publish books many would shy away from. And finally, make sure that we keep giving future generations the joy of reading by convincing your local and national governments to support the book sector. Bringing the world to Tamil, taking Tamil to world. This is the motto of the current edition of Chennai International Book Fair. If I was not invited last year at CIBF to participate at the brand new edition, I'm pretty sure it would take time to me to learn about acclaimed Tamil author Perumal Murugan and to buy the copyright of the first ever Tamil writer to be translated and published into Georgian language by the end of this year. Congratulations that you have chosen books to become ambassadors of Tamil Nadu. I'm sure there are so many stories you want the rest of the world to know about, and no one will do this important job better than books and literature. Books can create miracles, and let these miracles happen. I wish you all a successful Chennai International Book Fair. Thank you.